Hello and welcome back. This time we'll be looking at the Marvel superheroes, the mighty Thor. I have a kind of a common relationship with Thor, as that where I live in the town of Gimli, Manitoba, also known as New Iceland, and most of the immigrants that settled here years ago in the 1800s are Icelandic, and Icelanders being from the north, a Norse god-like things, all from Swedish and Swiss and all the other Nordic countries. So it's kind of neat how Thor plays into here, because Odin and all the other gods and stuff in here. The neat thing that Marvel does with mythological characters is that back in their day, they were superheroes and tales and stuff like that, men of doing great feats and fantastic tales of wonder and stuff like that. And that was very put quite eloquently by Samuel Jackson's character in The Sixth Sense, Mr. Glass. How he talked about mythical characters back in the day are like today's superheroes and whatnot. So, further ado, this is Thor comics wise. I wasn't always a big fan up until lately of really liked Chris Hemsworth's interpretation of the character, and stuff we did with it. I'm kinda okay. I'm lax on the helmet, him not having one and stuff like that. And I also like how it's a little kind of really geeky nitpick, is that as Hulk didn't do the thunderclap in Avengers, here Thor he didn't betray any other powers besides lightning in the film, where he just shot lightning bolts. And I remember in other fictions he can make whirlwinds, he can create hail, he can create rain, he can more kind of a storm-like plethora of things instead of just straight up lightning and thunder. They used Loki a lot in this show, him being his half-brother or step-brother, or it's the whole family issue and dynamic. It's kind of weird. Thor and Odin do have a strange kind of relationship. Calls him by first name, then by father, then back and forth, and you never win which name he's going to choose for him. And another thing about Odin, he has more costume changes than Queen Amidala. In every other scene, and in mid-scene, his wardrobe will completely change. He's like wearing this blue crown, then boom, he's wearing this red Roman-like helmet with the feathers, and boom, another scene, he is wearing a brown and goat-horned or ox-horned helmet, and just really in mid-scene. And it's a weird thing they did with Loki too. When they first showed him, he has the traditional goat horns. Then they switched it to a more armor-looking thing, where he's kind of an analog to Thor looking-wise, where he does have wings on the side of his head, Loki, now, but they're kind of like the fins, like the electrical fins that the Flash has on his, and they change it back. And in here they have a very loose sense of science and science fiction and fantasy. They kind of go back and forth, and whatever works that day. Overall, I probably enjoyed this one out of the most of them, even though watching about all these episodes, watching 13 episodes a day in one sitting, a 3.5-hour sitting of each, it's very taxing. So yeah, mighty Thor, woo, hammer time.